So you can also write, there are two short questions which are very important. You can also write from here. Dalton's atomic theory. In the beginning of 19th century, John Dalton put forward atomic theory. According to which all matter is made up of very small indivisible particles called atoms. All matter is composed of atoms. We know that everything in the universe is made up of matter, and all matter is composed of atoms, maybe in the form of liquid, gas, or and solids. An atom is indivisible, hard and sphere. Atoms of the same elements are alike, and they combine different ways to form compound. In the light of Dalton's atomic theory, scientists performed a series of experiments, but in the late 18th and early 19th, scientists observed new subatomic particles. Plum pudding theory. And this is also very important short question. In the 1800s, J.J. Thomson proposed a model of an atom based upon Coulomb's law. Thomson put forward his plum pudding theory. He postulated the theory. It started from here. He postulated atoms were solid structure of positively charged with tiny inactive particles stuck inside. It is like plum in the pudding. So you can see on the screen that he said that because no one know about the exact structure of atoms, so he did perform the experiment and find out that atom may be a hard structure, solid structure of positively charged with tiny negatively charged particles stuck inside it. It is like plums in the pudding. Next, how the cathode rays were discovered, what are its major properties. It's the exercise question 1, long question 1. Cathode rays and discovery of electron. Sir William Crookes, and 1838, was a British chemist and physicist. He was pioneer of vacuum tubes. He worked on spectroscopy. First of all, the first definition, first heading is introduction, next experiment, and you can write headings from here on your textbook. In 1879, Sir William Crookes performed experiments by passing electric current through glasses in a discharge tube at very low pressure. And what is the discharge tube? You can see here, it is a tube made up of glass, and in this tube we fill with gas of any element, hydrogen, chlorine, and and hydrogen and gas particles and gas molecules of any element we can fill with in this glass tube, and then we add two electrode, anode and cathode. Why they called anode and cathode? They inside the glass tube there are two metal electrodes which made up of metal, and they are connected with the battery. The metal electrodes, the positive terminal of battery connected with the plate, it is called having positive charge called anode, and the other plate which contain negative charge is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. He took a glass tube fitted with two metallic electrodes which were connected to a high voltage battery. The pressure inside the tube was kept 10⁻⁴ atm, means very low pressure, because when first of all he set up an environment to conduct and to perform a experiment. He took one discharge tube, two metallic electrodes and a battery, and connect it with the battery, and keeps the pressure inside the tube very low, 10⁻⁴ atmosphere, and provide high voltage. And he used 5000 plus voltage of battery to pass through the current from the gas molecules. When he switched on the battery, the current flow through the wires and go to the metallic electrodes, and they will, from the metallic electrodes, the gas molecules inside the tube when collide with the metallic electrodes, it will cause to ionize it. When the molecules of gas become ionized, the electrons is removed from the outermost shell of gaseous atoms, and the electrons will move in the form of beam in the discharge tube. And from the movement of these electrons, which are formed from the gas molecules by passing electricity and through battery and when the gas from in the discharge tube, and how the electricity is produced, and electricity is passed by using metallic electrode. When the gas molecules which is filled inside the glass tube collide with metallic electrodes, the current in the metallic electrodes cause them to ionize and remove electrons from the gas molecules, the outer shell electron from the gas molecules, and cause them to ionize. And then the free electrons and removed electrons move in the form of a beam inside the glass. And this is the experiment, and from this experiment these rays were given when current was passed through the gas, shiny rays were emitted from the cathode surface, moved towards the anode. When the electrons are removed, the shiny rays are produced, and these rays are emitted from the cathode. They are emitted and from the cathode surface which have negative charge and move towards the anode. Listen girls, I am explaining the rays, how rays produce. Rays is produced due to the removal of electron from the gaseous particles of gas molecules filled in the discharge tube. But at that time we were not know what is the reason of producing the rays and producing the shiny rays, and what are the cause of producing the shiny rays, because we don't know about electron. That's why this experiment is also called the discovery of electron, because then when the rays are produced by doing this experiment, then J.J. Thomson studied these rays and found that they have negatively charged particles, and then he calculated their charge or mass ratio and said that they are the electrons having negative charge. So our today's topic is, in our next lecture we will study about the properties of cathode rays, and you have to learn this as a long question. Draw a diagram, introduction, experiment, and learn 2 short questions for tomorrow. Till then, Allah Hafiz.